Welcome back to the Bush League Maniac. This is the MALICE frame annex to the jump Ruck tutorial that we've been working on. I'm already getting questions on how to attach all this to the MALICE frame, alright? So this is at least going to be appreciated by one or two of you, alright? Again, the MALICE frame is very similar to the US issue ALICE frame. It is a stronger metal. It's got welded attachment points and there's no crossbar. Okay, and they purport that it's 30% lighter than the original ALICE frames. This is my personal frame. This is the one that I use the most. I really appreciate the cutout at the back here for my my plates, as well as the added airflow, being a big sweaty bastard that I am. For this video, I'm not going to bother attaching the hip belt. Alright, it's exactly the same as we did with the actual ALICE frame. The only difference you want to note, on the ALICE frame, you've got this flexible metal loop. On the MALICE frame, it's a slot. Okay, so any other questions you have about that, you can go back to the previous video. This bag will mount. Okay, I'll show you that first, and then we'll get into the harness now in real time. I would put the harness on first, just to get everything locked in that's going to interface with my body before putting the bag on. However, with the harness attached to the frame, you won't be able to see what I'm doing with the bag. So first things first, I had to detach the lid from these rear straps, alright? These vertical straps that are on the outside of the pairs of verticals. The actual attachment straps that it came with weren't quite long enough to get over this crossbar. So I just took the original attaching straps and ran them through the lid instead. Leaving me with these longer vertical straps. And just like before, lay the bag down. You're not going to need these ones, these lower horizontals for this frame, right? It's a straight frame. This is more designed for the actual jump frame with the extra loops that we'll get into later when we build up a jump frame. Okay, but you're going to use these top ones as well as the lid verticals and the lower verticals here. Too easy. Your upper vertical, okay, it's going to just go over top of that crossbar, hanging down over everything. Come down here and find your lower vertical. Start feeding your webbing through the hardware. For both. Okay, it's up to you if you want to go in front of or behind this middle crossbar here. I didn't find that it really mattered. Okay, what you do want to do though is try and get it set up so the bottom of your frame is in line with the bottom of your bag. Okay, you can go ahead, double those back, tape them off, you're done with them. You'll see there's quite a bit of sway here. Something like that Mystery Ranch frame. So these top buckles are going to help you out with. Okay, get these guys as tight as you want. Tighten them up, tape up the excess, alright? We're already getting more stable. No big deal, alright? If you really want to tighten it up, you can get your gun tape out and just really tape these vertical straps together. Right, that'll take a little bit more of the flexibility out. I'm not going to bother. I think this is good enough. By the time I get my cargo straps on, it should be a pretty tight pack. Touching your harness components. Alright, this frame is made, like I've said, from Tactical Tailor. And they have their own pad sets. They're made in the US, out I think in Washington or near Seattle or something. Their shipping is ridiculous, $50 for pretty much any item. is the going rate that I've found to get it up here in old Kanakistan. But they do make some good stuff, right? This frame was designed to go with their yoke, a shoulder strap setup, and obviously you can see that's like custom made to work out perfect together. I'll do a video on this in the future. Okay, this is generally what I run, is this yoke setup. However, a question was asked, will the Warrior Gear stuff work on this? And so far, yes it will. I don't know that it's ideal. I haven't used it like that in any kind of rough conditions, but it can be done. So that's what we'll get into now. Okay, I started off with the yoke back pad. Okay, that's this guy here, right? Frame laying down, the Cordura side towards the frame, mesh side up. I flipped it over, and definitely right away I had to shorten up these buckle ends, right? So just like I showed in the last video, just throw a little thumb knot in those guys. Okay, and remember that those will tighten up over time, so you want to readjust these periodically. And to maximize that airflow, I recommend doing the horizontal straps first. It'll keep the pad farther away from the frame. You want to tighten these ones down as much as you can. Once I was tightening them, I tried to have the upper one above the crossbar and the lower strap below the crossbar towards the hip belt. Okay, get them something like 80–85% of the way tightened, and then carry on with your verticals. Okay, the vertical strap, same thing. You're going to want to maneuver the pad so the padded portion is at the top of the frame, so you don't get that crossbar digging in the back of your neck. Okay, and again, I had to shorten these. So what I did was I just went underneath the straps here, and I wrapped them around the bar once from inside to outside. Okay, and that gave me a good length to work with. All right, so just one wrap around, it's not a knot or anything like that. All right, and then you go ahead and connect it to the running end. And of course, you double it back, tape it off once you're satisfied that your pads are worked in. You do the same for the second side. Inside to outside. Okay, over top of everything. And then you tighten it up. Double it back. Tuck away all your excess, however you want to do it. Tape it up, tuck it, doesn't matter, that's your call. Okay, so now your yoke's in place. I didn't go ham on tightening, so we are getting a bit of shift. All right, this is where I would highly recommend using some hockey tape underneath the straps as opposed to the gun tape, right? You get a little bit more friction under there. The main thing that we're going to have an issue with is like sliding side to side with this stuff. All right, there's no metal keepers on the frame like there was with the MALICE to keep your shoulder straps in line. So the tighter you can get this, the more you can get it to grab with hockey tape or whatever you got, the better. And then your shoulder straps, they're going to attach much the same as the MALICE frame. Okay, remember we went with the chest strap for dummies, so you know which side is which. All right, these ones went on the outside of this webbing here. All right, so towards the corner of the frame. And then you feed your running end through your hardware. Definitely don't tighten this up too much yet. You're going to need to get into that loop. And you'll do the same for the other side. Okay, this is where it's going to get a little bit bush league, but you know I'm all about that, so that'll work for me. Okay, I went with some paracord behind this strap here on the pad and through the loop on the shoulder strap between the shoulder strap and the frame. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and then I just tie it. Basically, I'm tying the shoulder strap to this this vertical back pad piece. And you can use whatever knot you want, as long as it's not going to slip on you. Okay, it's just to hold the shoulder strap from sliding off the corner. All right, you're still taking all the weight with the actual webbing on the frame. All right, once that's in there, you can tighten it up. And remember, you'll adjust that depending on your body type and your body armor. Find a happy medium where your padding's making the most contact with your body, and you'll have yourself a good day with that. Lower portion, just like the Alice frame, right? Fixed loop, running in with a buckle. Go from the outside of the frame through the circle hole and back up, and then just feed my buckle through the looped end. Get it snug, and away you go. You'll do that for both sides. Now superimpose your hip belt where it's going to be, alright, and your harness's suspension is built. Okay, you're ready to go. Once everything's settled in again, like I said, you're going to want to retighten. You just want to tape off all this spaghetti strap garbage back here, alright? Keep Sergeant Major happy. If you have any questions, hit up the Instagram page, Bush League Maniac, and I'll try to get back to you. I know that was a quick and dirty video, but I do have a day job. I'm not on the COVID-cation as much as I'd like to be, but I hope that helps you out, alright?